Hello everyone, I'm Matt the Friendly Board Gamer and welcome to another video and welcome to planet Earth. This is our Earth. We have a lot of people in poverty, we have a lot of unsustainable practices, we have a lot of chemical pollution, climate change, biodiversity loss, land conversion and all sorts of things that are not going well with our Earth. We have 20 years to transform our Earth and hopefully get it into a place where we can reduce poverty, we can reduce the strain and the bio strain on the planet and hopefully make it a better place for everybody to live in. First off, I love the message about this game. I love what the game is trying to do. I think it's absolutely brilliant, but I'll get onto more about that in my review. But basically we have 20 years to save the planet Earth. This is the calendar here, start off in 2021 and end in 2041. So how are we going to do this? Well, what we have is, like I said, these unsustainable practices. These can be flipped or removed and sustainable practice can be added on. So for example, in the infrastructure we have excessive living costs and then we can have controlled rents as a sustainable practice. But the main game and the main idea is to get people out of poverty. We have 4 actions we can do on our turn. I'll be playing, it is a cooperative game, but I'll be playing a effectively two-player game, two-player co-op game. We have 4 actions which are summarised on this handy card. This board is a massive board and it is also a prototype board, so some components may change. I have skewed these sectors off to the side. They should be like this, but the game wouldn't fit on my table, so I skewed these off, so hopefully it still gives you a good idea of how the game plays. So the actions you can do on your turn, you can disband an unsustainable practice, which basically means you play a card and you remove it from the board, but this person who's in work and this person that is supported by this practice will also go into poverty, which is not great. You can create a sustainable practice, so I could add in, for example, into politics. Natural capital accounting as a sustainable practice, that could go here and that will help to reduce the strain on future turns. I'll get onto strain later on as you see the gameplay, but that's a good, reduce the strain is a good thing. One action you can do is you can clear up 4 strain from anywhere on the board, so these tokens are strain here and there's 1 missing from that one. So I can remove 4 strain from here. These have to be balanced in the small and the larger sectors. Again, I'll get into that later. I could give a card to another player as one of my actions. I can draw an extra social influence card and I can also reshuffle this discard pile back into the deck as an action as well. So those are the 4 actions I can do. I will keep this here off to the side to remind me. Playing with the ecologist and the activist today. These both have a special ability. So this one lets me put regenerative tokens on sustainable practice, which help reduce strain, and the activist lets you put an activist token or protest token on an unsustainable practice, and then when I play a card to disband that, instead of it being removed from the board, it is simply flipped to its sustainable practice side. So that is pretty much the game in a nutshell. I think the best thing to do is jump into the gameplay and I'll explain the rest as we go along. So to start off with, these are the 2 cards that the ecologist has. He has an agricultural card which has industrial chemical farming as a unsustainable practice and the regenerative mixed farming, which is a sustainable practice. He also has a culture card of high red meat diet as the unsustainable or a plant-based diet as a sustainable. The activist also has 2 cards as well, an infrastructure and an industry card, which we'll get onto later. Now, the first thing you do on your turn is draw 2 cards. So I will got another infrastructure card, another agricultural card. So I've got these 2. Now the interesting thing with this is, as the ecologist working in agricultural sector, his influence on that sector is greater than in any other sector. So if I want to, for example, influence this sector, I need to play 1 card. If I want to influence the infrastructure sector, I need to play 2. They have to be 2 matching cards, or 2 blue cards to influence the infrastructure. That's why I may want to give this purple card to the activist, because she is purple, so she can influence her sector better. Or maybe this infrastructure card, because she already has 1, so she could influence infrastructure by discarding these 2. First off, what I think I'm going to do as the ecologist is I'm going to create a sustainable practice. I'm going to discard this card, is in my sector, agricultural sector. So regenerative mixed farming. So I discard that card. I find the regenerative mixed farming, which happens to be the top one, and I stick that in my sector. Now each practice can hold 2 people. It can take 2 population out of poverty. There is no space for this particular one to have an extra population removed, but there will be later in the game, as you will see. That's my first action. As my second action, I'm going to clear up some strain. I'm going to clear up some strain from my sector and from the infrastructure sector. So I remove 4 strain from there. Now that this sector is clear, or these 2 sectors are clear, as a free action, because it is my my sector, the agricultural sector, I can transform my sector to create some additional spots for population and also for practices. And this will pop another population in there. This one's holding 2, this one's holding 2, and that one's holding 2. So there should be 2 more, because there's 3 there. There's 3 practices, each holding 2, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've already gotten 2 people out of poverty. Now that's a slightly risky move, because each of these small sectors can only hold 5 strain. And if that ever gets more strain than what it needs, bad things will happen. So we don't want that to happen, but we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. So that's 2 actions I've done. The first one was play a sustainable practice, the second one was to remove some strain. I think I might use my special ability, so I can place regenerative tokens on any sustainable practice, and this reduces the strain, it reduces extra strain by 1. So what that means is that at the end of the round, each unsustainable practice will add strain. So these are going to add 2 strain to this sector. This one will remove 1 strain, but because of the regenerative token, it will remove another. So that's effectively strain neutral at the moment, which keeps that one clear. And then, as my final turn, I'm going to give the cultural card to my activist. Okay, so that is the end of the first player's or the college's turn. So next part of the round of the phase is the meeple strain. So for every 3 meeples that are in poverty, I add 1 strain to the sectors working in a clockwise manner. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, yep. And I start off with the sector that I am prominent in, so my sector is agriculture. So I add 1 strain to there, I add 1 strain to there, 1 strain to here, 1 strain to there, 1 strain to there. This one doesn't get any. And these have to be balanced, so I wouldn't have put that one in here, and that one is going in there, so there's 2 in each. These smaller sectors, like I said, can only hold 5, these big ones can hold 10, so there's a total of 15 in a sector. It spreads out, there's problems, there's ecological breakdown and all sorts of bad things. Hopefully we won't get there, but who knows, we will see. So that's the meeple strain, and then it's the industrial strain. So each sector gets strain based on its practices. So like I said earlier, for each unsustainable practice it's plus 1 strain, and then for each sustainable it's negative 1 strain. This regenerative token counts as an extra 1. So that'll be 2 plus 2 minus 2, that is 0. So that stays where it is. This one and all other subsequent ones will have 2 strain added, again keeping the strain balance between the large and the small sector. And that is the end of the first round, so 2021 is done. So now it is the activist turn, and the first thing you should do is draw 2 cards. So you've got a politics card of international cooperation or nationalism, another politics card of natural capital accounting or anti-environmentalism. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So she has a hand of 5, and 5 is the maximum you can have, I think. So the activist is going to go. The activist has a hybrid meat diet, which is not one of her unsustainable practices, so she could still play this for a sustainable plant-based diet. She also has these two politics cards, which is nationalism and anti-environmentalism, which is one of the ones that we have here. Okay, so I think first action she's going to do is place a protest token on nationalism. Then she's going to play for second action a plant-based diet. So we find the plant-based diet, sustainable practice, and we add that in. So that is her second action. Her third action, she's going to discard two of these, because this is not, politics is not her sector, and she's going to influence nationalism. Now, because of the protest token there, her special ability is that when you disband a unsustainable practice with a protest token, it gets flipped to a sustainable practice rather than being removed from the board. She gets a token back. So I think she, for her final action, will remove some strain. I'm going to remove, because this is going to add, there's going to be some added onto here, some added onto here. I think I'm going to remove 2 strain from here, and 2 strain, 1 strain, yeah, let's remove 1 strain from there and 1 strain from there. So that is her 4 actions done. I should have probably given her the ecologist and infrastructure card as well, but I've only got 4 actions, so I can't. So now onto the meeple strain. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strain added to the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting with the culture. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now starting with the practice strain. So -2 and +1, that will just add 1 to the board. This is going to add 2 for the 2 unsustainables. This is strain neutral because -2 and +2. This is up here we have 2. In energy we have 2, and in politics we have this is neutral because this is -1, this is +1. So we go for politics. 2022 done. So over to the ecologist, draw 2 cards. Oh, so he has 2 politics cards. What do we have here? GDP, focused governance. None of them, but we could put them as sustainable practices. Okay, so first action, I think he's going to do his special ability. So as an action I can place a regenerative token on a sustainable practice. I'm going to put it onto there. Then for each sustainable agricultural practice, which I've got 1 of, no, because I can't actually do that. Let's, no, as my first action I'm going to put in a sustainable practice of government transparency. I'm going to discard 2 cards, find government transparency in the politics pile and add a sustainable practice in there. Now I'm going to do my ecologist special action because, so as an action I can place a regenerative practice, regenerative token on a sustainable practice. I'm going to put that onto there. But for each sustainable agriculture practice, which I have 1 of, I can place 1 extra regenerative token for the same action. So I'm going to put that onto there. That's my 2 actions that I've done. I've still got 2 more. I think I'm going to give the infrastructure card to the activist. And then I'm going to remove some strain, I think. I'm going to remove 1, 2, let's remove them from here because these are looking like they're getting high. 4. Super. Okay, so that's my 4 actions. I did a practice, I did the tokens, I give a card, I remove strain. Okay, so onto meeple strain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, starting off with my sector. So this is getting quite high here now. I need to do something about that, I think. Because I do not want this to get 5, because that would be bad, because that ends up flipping back and all sorts of bad things happen. So now onto the practices. This is still neutral, this adds 2. One there, so that's on 4, that's on 5 now, so this is at max. Any ones that get added to here will automatically get added to there. 1, 2, again this is the same as well. Now this is actually interesting because this gives negative, adds a strain, else that's +1 strain. This is -1 strain, so it's neutral. So them two cancel each other out, but because we have a sustainable practice and a regenerative token, that actually removes 2 strain from here. So I remove 1 from there and remove 1 from there. And here, this is neutral as well because we've got 2 from this and 2 from there. Okay, so that is the 2023 done. So on to 2024, it's the activist turn. Draw 2 cards. Oh, she's got lots of blues, lots of infrastructure. Okay, so what can we do here? We have, what do we have? Greenhouse gas emissions and excessive living costs. We have greenhouse gas emissions. Okay. So I'm going to do my special ability, my activist. So as an action, I can place a protest token. Which one did I have? Greenhouse gas emissions, yes. And then for each sustainable culture, which I have 1 of, I can place another one. So what else do we have? What else could we do? I think these are looking high. I've got a yellow already, so I think I will put it on corporate consolidation. What have we got here? Planned obsolescence. And what's this one? Lowest bidder supplier. Okay, let's put it on there. Just future proofing, hopefully we'll get one of them out and I can flip that unsustainable practice to a sustainable one. So that is my first action. Second action, I'm going to play a card. I'm going to disband greenhouse gas emissions, but because the protest token, that will flip to a sustainable practice straight away. Then I think strain removal is in order. For my third action, I'm going to do 1, 2. Let's just do 1, 2. I really want to get this one sorted and then get more people out. But there are some high ones up here. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not from there. I'll keep that one as it is. Move another one from here. And yeah, I'm going to take it back, put that one back where it was. I'm going to put them two back where it was and move 1 from there and 1 from here. Because these two, energy and industry, are the ones I'm struggling with at the moment. Everything else is looking relatively good, fingers crossed. So I have 1 final action. I'm going to play urban forests or 0 carbon. Let's do 0 carbon communities. Again, I'm going to influence infrastructure. So I'll get these 0 carbon. Where are we? 0 carbon communities. And pop that in there. So 2 sustainables in there now. And that's my 4 actions. So, playing for a lot of cards there, but hopefully got the board state into a good place. So 5 strain for the meeples, or the poverty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Starting with culture. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is negating. I need to do something about this on this turn, definitely. Now with the practices, so we've got 2 unsustainables and a sustainable and a practice that's 0. This is, I get to remove 1 because I've got two sustainables and only one unsustainable, so I get to remove one from there. This is still at 0. Industry is not looking good, one on there, one on there. Energy is also not looking good, one on there, one on there. But politics is still removing 2. 1, 2. So politics is looking good, looking in a good place for politics. 2024 is done. Okay, so back to the ecologist's turn. I will draw 2 influence cards. And I have a culture and an energy, neither of which are useful to me at the moment. So, what shall I do? I could give the culture card to the activist. That could be a good move, because population growth, I could get another sustainable practice out here. But I need to also remove some strain. To get the minor or the smaller sector out, you need to have, so for the agriculture sector, for that one to become here, I need to have both the larger sectors adjacent to it as well. So I need to work on getting land conversion and water withdrawal up here out as well. Let's what have we got? Let's think about this. So we need to control some strain over on energy and industry. Agriculture is looking a bit bad as well. This is being removed, this is being removed. This is neutral, but I only get 1 added per turn. So I think I'm going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 strain, 1 action. I think I might actually remove some more strain as a second action as well. I'm going to do 1, 2, I think 3 and 4. So that's a lot of strain removed. That's 2 actions I've done, so I've got 2 more. I'm going to give the activist this culture card. That's 3 actions. My final action, I think, because I could actually remove all the strain from here and then that would let that go there, but then that only leaves 4 there. Ooh, tough choices. I think I might start working on this, so I'm going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the ecologist basically just cleared up a whole lot of strain, but at least the board's in a good state. Okay, so meeple strain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strain from the meeples in poverty. Working from the ecologist 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the burdens are the practices, so again that's still 0. 1, 2 on there, 1, 2 on there, remove 2 from the politics, and this is 0, and this removes 1 as well. Got 2 sustainables, 1 unsustainable. Okay, so over to the activist. Oh, what have we got? Oh, we have a status quo. So this, I've not talked about these. These are not great cards, but these are where the status quo tries to get rebalanced. So status quo strikes, traditionalist resurgence. Draw an influence card. So we draw an influence card. Plus 1 for each sustainable cultural practice, which I have 1 of. So I draw another one. It says here, add any unsustainable practice drawn to the board. So we have planned obsolescence. That's already out, I believe. And that's here, so I don't have to do that. Nuclear waste storage, that is... do we have that one out? Nope. So nuclear waste storage comes out. Oh, perhaps I do have that one. Oh yeah, nuclear waste storage is already out. So that's good because no unsustainable practice been added to the board, but if the practice drawn is already unsustainable, add 2 ecological strain to that sector. That is not good. So that is 2 strain to there, because this can't have more than 5, and that's 2 strain to that one. So that's the status quo cards. They are not great cards, but they're going to happen. There is 3 in the deck, they are seeded throughout the deck, and I get to draw another card as well because I still didn't draw my 2. Okay, so I have some agriculture, I have culture card, which is good for me. Industry and an energy, I've got an energy there, so that could be useful to get me some sustainable practices into there, because both of them are looking bad. So what do I want to do? Well, I sort of want to get this out. Female empowerment, I really want to get that out. So that could be one action. So let's get the female empowerment sustainable practice out. So that comes here. That's one action. I need to sort out strain up there desperately. So let's remove 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I might just do that again, you know. I think that's probably the best thing I can do at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm wondering, do I give, so I got 2 choices here I can see as good moves. I can give my energy card to the ecologist so that he can then influence energy with 2 cards on his turn, or I can remove 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's not going to be enough. I'm thinking if I could remove 4 strain from here and free this up, I could get that out and get some more people out, but I'm not going to be able to do that. So, 4th action, I'm going to give the card to the ecologist. Okay, so meeple strain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then practices, this is 2 and 1, 2, 3, so I get to remove 1 from there, which is good. This is +1, so I get to remove 1. This is net 0. This is 2. So back to where we were. This is 2. So these 2 sectors are real struggling sectors at the moment. And this is remove 2. So this sector, because we don't have anybody that's strong in politics, to influence this sector to flip these out and get climate change out on the board like this, I have to use an action and I have to discard a politics card as well. So advance the year, and it is over to the ecologist. So he has 3 energy cards, politics card, and a agriculture card. So what could he do? Well, I think energy needs a bit of help. I really think we need to do something with energy. So what have we got here? We have the coal industry and nuclear waste storage, none of which I have. So do you want to put energy trading, hydropower developments, or energy conservation, sorry. Let's put out hydropower developments as a sustainable practice. Where are we? Hydropower. There we go. Hydropower development is coming out as a sustainable practice. That's one action. Yeah, the second action I'm going to play Nature Needs Half. That's going to come out here. That's 2 actions. As a third action, I'm going to clear up some more strain. 1, 2, 3, 4. These need balance balancing, so that one needs to come down to there. And the small ones always have to have more strain than the larger ones, or equal to. And so when you remove strain, you just rebalance them accordingly. I've got one final action. I could put out this, which I think may be worthwhile. Or I could remove some more strain from up there. Or I could give my, no, that's an energy industrial card. I could do an action with my action, get some more regenerative token. I'll put out 3 in total. That could be useful. What should we do? I think I'm going to discard this energy, this politics card, sorry, and put out this one. Because I've got 1, 2, 3 practices here which supports 6 people. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's 5, that's 6. So this reduces my meeple strain now to 4 instead of 5. So I think that was probably a good shout. So onto the meeple strain. Like I said, we're now on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're getting lots more people back into work. This is on 5 now. This is not looking good. That's not looking good. That one is on 1. Now the practices, so I've got 2 unsustainables, but 1, 2, effectively 3 sustainables, so I get to remove 1. And this one gets 2 added, so we're not looking, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 5 there, so we're looking pretty poor bad. We'll thought that's fine, we're doing okay. This one just adds 1 on, because it's got 2 unsustainables, 1 sustainable. And this one is again still -2, which is good. Oh, and this one, again, we've got -1 here. Okay. So that's Advanced 2028. We are on. Let's draw 2 influence cards for the activist. And what do we have? So we have some industry cards, an infrastructure card, an agricultural card. Okay, that's good. Do any of these industry cards, are they out? What have we got here? We have lowest bidder supplier, and no we don't. Okay. Let's first off put out a sustainable practice. Let's put out, which one? Cooperative social enterprises. That sounds like a good one to put out. Cooperative social enterprises in the industry sector. There we go, cooperative social enterprises, we're going to get that one out. So that comes out to here. That's going to help with that burden a little bit. That's one action. I could put out these tokens now. If I put 1, I will effectively put out 3, 1 for the action and then 2 for each practice, sustainable practice. So I'll put out 3. So put 1 here, that'll be neutral. Put 1 here, that'll be neutral. And I could put 1 somewhere else. I don't know where. Maybe here. Yeah, let's do that. Second action, I'm going to use my ability to put out my sustainable practice tokens, or my regenerative regeneration tokens. I'm going to put 1 here, and 1 on there. So that's my second action. Third action, I'm going to remove some more of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think for my next action, I'm going to remove some more strain. I'm going to hope to try and get this sector clear. Let's remove 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, that's the activist turn. Oh, we need to do the meeple strain. 1, 2, 3, 4. So meeple strain 1, 2, 3 and 4. And then the practice strain, so I've got 2 versus 3, so I get to remove 1. And we've got 1, 2, 3, so I get to remove 2. That's nice. I've got 3 versus 2, so I get to remove 1. And this is 1, 2 versus 2, so that's neutral. as is this one, and this one doesn't have any, so we're good there. So that's 2028 done. So we're getting through these years now, and it's over to the ecologist's turn. Draw 2 cards. So we have a politics, an industry, and an energy, neither of which are massively helpful. Oh no, sorry, they should have been the activist's turn now, apologies. It's the activist's turn. So. We've got one of each, but not one. Got one of each, but not one in the sector that I am more influential in. So, let's do some strain clearing. 1, 2, 3, and let's keep this under control up here. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because now I'm in the culture sector as an activist, I can flip this as a free action. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can get out 8 people, but there's only space for 2 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, that's good. Again, to get this one out, I need to have this and this one, which is already out. I can flip the land conversion sector over as well. So this one is a good one to work on next, because that will help both the ecologist and the activist, I think. So that's one action. Let's remove some strain. Second action, I think I'm going to draw a card, see what I get. Culture. Oh good, that's helpful. So that's 2 actions. So we've got discrimination and cultural diversity. So I could put out cultural diversity. Yeah, third action, I'm going to put out cultural diversity. So let's pop this down on here. Got one more action to do. I've got here industrial meat farming. That is that one, so I could disband that one. Do we put a protest token on there first? So yeah, I'm going to do a protest as my final action. So I get 1 + 1 additional for each sustainable cultural practice, which is 1, 2, 3. So I get to place 4. So 1, 2. Where should we put it? Put 1 here, 3, and finally let's put the last one up here. 4. Okay, so that's the activist's 4 actions done. Me push strain, we've got 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Starting from culture, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then practice strain, we've got 1, 2, 3 versus the 2, so we get to remove 1. This is 1, 2, 3 versus the 1, we get to remove 2. We've got 1, 2, 3 versus 2, remove 1. We've got 1, 2 versus, so 2 versus 2 is at 0. 2 versus 2 is 0. We've got 1, 2, 3, there's none on there, so we're good. So 2030. Ecologist's turn, draw 2 cards. I've got industry and another energy, so that's good. I've got an energy. Oh, and it's on coal industry, which has a protest token on, which is fantastic. So let's do that. I'm going to discard coal industry and energy inefficiency to flip to solar generation. Get rid of the protest token. Because it's protest again, you don't disband it, remove it from the board, you just flip it straight away. That's one action. So what else are we going to do? What have I got here? I've got 1 industry card which I can't do much with. So do we take a card? Do we take a chance? Yeah, let's take a chance. Agriculture. Oh good, that's good. Overfishing or marine permaculture. Obviously, has none of them, but I could put that as a sustainable, which could help me keep that down. That's been kept down anyway, so I think we're okay on that. And 2 actions. Let's remove some strain for 3 actions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deck's getting low as well, so I might need to shuffle the deck at some point, but not just yet. I think for my final action I will put out marine permaculture. And we'll stick that just there. Okay, so that is the ecologist's turn. Meeple strain, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, 1, 2, 3 and 4. And in practices I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 2, so I get to remove 2. Into industry, 1, 2 and 2 is neutral, 1, 2, 3 and 1, so I get to remove 2. 1, 2. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 versus 1, so I get to remove, I've got 1 in there, and this has none on, and this is 1, 2, 3 versus 1, so I get to remove 2. Okay, job done. 2031, halfway through, we're getting there, we're doing good. I think the board's looking good, we're getting strain under control, we've got lots of sustainable practice out, we've got a few people out of poverty, a few more to go. Let's crack on with the activists, drawing 2 cards. Status quo. I do have too many cards, but I need to draw 1 more. So, monopolistic takeover, that does not sound good. Draw 1 influence card, so we'll draw 1. Plus 1 for each sustainable industrial practice, which is 1. So again, add any unsustainable practices drawn to the board. So voter apathy. Voter apathy is not there. We already have that one out. So if we have it, we add 2 ecological strain for that one. And then gas industry. That's literally the one we just. Oh no, that's solar energy. Gas industry is not out. Gas industry, I don't think is out. Gas industry. So we add an unsustainable to the board. So yeah, that's that one. And now I need to draw 1 more card for the activist. And she has too many cards, so I need to discard a card. I need to think of what I don't want. So it's worth keeping the blues. It's worth keeping the 2 yellows. I think I may well get rid of the industrial meat farming is good. Yeah, the GDP focused governance and the sustainable development goals. Okay, so it is the activist's turn. Does she have a blue? She does have a blue one. So I'm wondering whether I flip this and get this out, or do I play these to get... I think I need to get this out. So first off, I'm going to remove some strain. I'm going to remove 1, 2, 3, and let's go for another one on here. 4. Remove 4. Then so that's the first action. Second action, I will discard. Look at that, commuter expectation and remote working management. Remote working with everything done at the moment is very handy. So discard that one. Again, because I don't flip, so that's another action. So I flip it as an action, but it's not my sector. So that's 2 actions I've done. Got 1, 2, 3 practices here, and we need 2 more people in them practices. It's got 6 and 3 people, yeah, that's fine. That's 2 actions. What should we do as another action? Have we got one of these? We could put out an industry practice, pioneer materials or e-waste recycling. Let's put out e-waste recycling, I think. industry we have, there we go, e-waste recycling comes out. So there we go, and we did strain as one action, we flipped that's two actions, e-waste recycling is three actions, got one more action. I'm going to give this to the ecologist. So that is our fourth action we have done. So meeple strain is now only 3. Starting off here, 1, 2, 3. Practices, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 2, so remove 2. 1, 2, 3 versus 1, remove 2, but it's only 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 2, remove 2. And we've got 1, 2, 3 versus 2, so I remove 1. Got 1, 2, 3 versus 2, so remove 1. There's none on here. We've done this one. So 20, 32. Okay, so come on, ecologist. Let's see what we can do. I may need to reshuffle the deck at some point soon, but let's see what we can do here. So I've got 2 industries and I've got 2 agricultures. Okay. So lowest bidder supply, that is being protested at the moment. So that is fantastic. So first action, I'm going to protest lowest bidder supply to flip that to a sustainable. It's been protested, it goes straight away. Industrial meat farming. Yeah, let's play industrial meat farming as a second action because that will flip. That's 2 actions I've done. Third action, I am going to shuffle the discard pile into the deck. I've had 2 of the status quo cards come out. There's only 1 left, and that was near the bottom. So hopefully this will allow me to keep on a little bit longer and get some of the cards out that I've discarded previously, and get this sorted. So I've got one action left, haven't I? Let's see. Let's remove a bit of strain. I don't want another. I could get another one of these out. Habitat destruction. Let's remove some strain. So 1, 2, 3, and let's do 4 from there. Okay, so meeple strain. Let's put 3 more back on. 1, 2, 3. And then sector strains, I'll say practice strains, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1, so I should remove 4, there's only 3 there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 is 1, so remove 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 to 2, so just remove the 1, nothing on here, nothing, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 2, remove 1. Okay. Fantastic. That's the ecologist's turn. So over to the activist, draw 2 cards. She has 2 energy and 1 infrastructure. So the 2 energies are nuclear waste storage and biomass converters. We have nuclear waste storage here. Hydropower generator development is already out effectively, so let's play, I think as an action I'm going to pull my activist tokens out, my protest tokens. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to put 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Then I'm going to, second action, I'm going to disband nuclear waste storage because it's been protested. It flips, comes back. Oops. So that's 2 actions. As a third action, I'm going to discard this infrastructure card to flip nitrogen phosphorus loading so that infrastructure is a little bit more happier. Because it's not my sector, it's an action, so that is my third action. I did protest, I disbanded, I flipped. 1, 2, 3, 6. So I don't add any more meeples on there, which is a shame. Got one final action. What should I do? Not really much I can do, to be fair. I think I'll just draw a card. I got a green card, agriculture. Okay, so I think we're doing good here. Let's do the meeple strain. So we add 3 on. 1, 2, 3. I think that just goes there for the moment. Yep, so this just goes here, and then if at the end of the round that is still here and not being removed, then that's when the bad things may happen. But hopefully that's not going to happen. So that's the meeple strain. The practice strains, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 2, so that gets removed. Got 1, 2, 3 to 1, so luckily that gets removed. That gets removed. And there's nothing on there. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, so that gets removed as well. Nothing on there. So 2034. Doing good. I'm liking this. I think things are going well. Famous last words. But hopefully the colleges can help us do some good stuff. We've got agriculture, politics, and industry. So we've got planned obsolescence there, which has been protested, so that's good. Do I want to flip that, or do I want to I think I'm going to discard planned obsolescence to get out this sector here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 practices, so we can hold 8 meeples, but there's only space for 6. So that's one action. Second action. Oh sorry, there's a free action. I can flip this one because it's my sector and both of these are now done. Which gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I get another meeple there. So I've still only done one action, which was this one. What could I do? Second action, I can play pollinator protectors or protections. And get that one out to get the wildlife happy. I've got a politics card, but I can't do much with that. There's 2 actions I've done. I've done 2 actions. One more, I'm going to draw a card. An industry card. I'll draw another card. Agriculture card. Okay. So meeple strain is now only 2. So add that to here and to there. Practices, I've got 1, 2, so yeah, there's way more sustainables than unsustainables. But 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, so that gets removed. Nothing, and nothing in there. Okay, so we're just now running through the deck and hopefully drawing the right cards we need to get out all these practices. Oh, and bang, a status quo. Draw 1 influence card plus 1 for each sustainable culture. So 1 influence card plus 1 for each sustainable culture. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Dear. So overproduction. Energy is not out, but it can't be out. So if it's not out, if it can't be placed on the board, it's not out, is it? Energy trading. Nope. If it can't be placed on the board, draw another card and apply its effects. So infrastructure, greenhouse gas emissions, we do not have. So, do we? Oh no, it's out as a sustainable practice. It's this one, micro mobility. If it is already sustainable, disband it and remove it from the board. Oh dear, that's not good. So that goes back into poverty. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So get another one out there because 2 practices. There's only 4 people it can hold. So private corporation owned. I don't think you have that one out. But the good news is that now I've got 3 practices. 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 can come back into work. They're working in an unsustainable practice, but at least they are working. Politics, winner takes all. All votes match seats. I don't have any of them, so that one is going to come out as well. Winner takes all. It's unsustainable. Not what we want, but that's what it is. And then centralised metropolis or zero carbon communities in infrastructure, which we have zero carbon communities, so that gets disbanded. Oh gosh, that was not good. And we draw one more card, and this is for the activist. No, the ecologist, no, isn't it? Right, so that was fun. Whew. I presume this gets left as well. So this is going to be in trouble. We need to do something with this. Need to do something with that, but the question is what? What are we going to do? Because if we don't do anything with that, that's going to get some. It's going to get 2 strain on it, and then that will mean that this minor burden gets put back out to here, which is what we don't want. But I don't have the cards to help me, so I'm going to draw a card. Bit of a chance there to hopefully get a blue, but no luck. What? So close. Could also do with an energy card as well, which I suppose I do have there. So I could play that energy card as my second action to flip that. We've got 4 practices, can hold 8 people, so get some more of poverty. That's 2 actions. Oh, I need to take a chance and get another one out. 3 actions, nope. Oh dear. High red meat diet, plant-based diet we've got. Female pet population growth we've got, so I don't need any of them. I can get rid of plenty of cards here. Which one should we get rid of? Let's get rid of industry card as my final action to flip that. Again, we've got 4 sets of 8 peoples, 4, 5, 6, another one out. So that I think is my whole number of actions, my 4 actions. I drew a card, I did that, and I drew 2 cards, didn't I? Drew 2 cards and did both of them. Okay, so we're going to have this go back into a session in a minute, but that's fine, we'll deal with that. We've only got 6 people we need to get out into work, and then we're all good. So, meeple strain, we've got 2, so 1 on agriculture, 1 on industry. Sector strain, or practice strain, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, minus 1. So that's all good. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's fine. This one's fine. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 52, that's fine. This one is not. So this one gets 2 strain. And this one comes back into a session, and we put the 2 strain on there. Okay, these things happen, but we will deal with it. Don't have many years left to deal with it, but we will deal with it nonetheless. Let's draw 2 cards for the activist. Got 2 politics cards. Okay, so as a free action, the activist can get out this minor burden tile. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so we can fit 10 people in here, so we have 1 more in work. That's just a free action, I don't need to discard a card for that. Politics card, I can, what we've got here, winner takes all, anti-environmentalism, none of them 2, So you could discard that card to get out this, which again gets out another meeple. I need 2 cards now. 2 cards and I should be doing okay. I'm going to draw a card as my third action. Another politics card. Should I protest? Should I protest? Just in case I get this. I think I will. I'm going to protest there. What else? I'll protest there and there. I don't have any more tokens to protest with. So that is my 4 actions. Meeple strain now. We've only got 1. That just gets put on there. And it gets removed because of the sustainable practices. Infrastructure gets 2 more from these 2. Nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Okay, so turns are whipping by now. It's the ecologist's turn. Draw 2 cards. What we got? Energy and industry. Now I have too many cards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get rid of that one. I'll discard the energy to get at this. That puts another person into there. That's 1 action. I'll remove strain. 2 actions. I'll draw a card for 3 actions. I was hoping for a blue one. I think I might actually give this to the purple player for my final action, just in case she draws a blue, and then she can deal with this. That's literally all we're looking for now is a blue card, and we can get out these 2 and get these 3 into work. So meeple strain is 1. This is on the agriculture section, and then sector strain. This gets removed, and 2 gets added to here. Okay. So after this turn, she will draw 2 cards. Oh, come on, where are these blue cards? Got another status quo. Draw an influence card. +1 for each sustainable industry practice. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we have polarizing media, social media, media watchdogs. I think we. Oh, that's already out. So if it's already out, if the practice drawn is already unsustainable, add 2 ecological strain. Wonderful. That's that one. Discrimination or cultural diversity. Cultural diversity, if it's already sustainable, disband it and remove it from the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8, so it's still okay. Corporate consolidation or cooperative social enterprises. We've got that's out, so that gets removed. We've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh man. Oh, gas industry is out, so 2 strain. And I draw another card because of that one. Oh, another status quo. Yeah, I think with this second one, you don't activate 2 in a row, and that one just gets discarded. Another one is drawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got a lot, too many cards in my hand. Way too many cards. So, I need to keep the blue one definitely. 1, 2, 3, and 2. So I could do with keeping a purple one as well. Okay, so about that I had a few bit of camera trouble, but I am now back and I was just selecting which cards I wanted to keep and discard. So I want to keep them 2 for sure. What else have we got here? Winner takes all, so none of them two are helpful for me. Let's get rid of universal basic income. We've not got natural capital accounting and government transparency. Have government transparency, so I would get rid of that one. So over to the activist's turn. We really need to get some practices out here for the blue and remove some of the strain from here. So I think I really need a blue card. There's not that many cards left in the deck. Some of these must be blue. Let's go and draw a card as a first action. A blue. We have a blue. Okay, I need to discard a card as well. Let's go for female empowerment. We'll discard that one. So I have 5 cards. So let's go and we've got here excessive living, private ownership. Let's discard this for urban forests. Discard 2 cards for my urban forests. Where are them? Urban forests, so they can come into play here. And we've got 3 practices, so 6 people. So they can come out. We've got 2 people left. Can we do this? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What else have we got? So I suppose I could buy one of these red ones, one of these politics ones. It won't help me, but 1, 2, 3. Let's put out natural capital accounting. I can go in here. And the sustainable practice to help us. So I drew a card, I did a practice here, I did a practice there. I can play voter apathy to flip voter apathy from unsustainable to sustainable. That is my turn. So we actually get 0 meeple strain because I don't have a set of 3, so no additional strain has been added. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 against 1, so these are removed, which is good because at the end that would flip. We have 1, 2 versus 1, so I get 1 added to there. And nothing here, nothing here. There's 2 here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, so they will be removed. And that's it. So we don't have many turns left. It is the ecologist's turn. So I need to get out some practices here. We really need to get out another industry practice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 6 of these now. I don't need all 6 of these. This I'm going to do is get out an industry practice to get another meeple out, and then a infrastructure practice, and we are done. So let's get out. Oh, I don't have an industry practice. I need to discard some of these cards, don't I? 1, 2. I need to keep. So I need to discard just down to 1. So I've now got 5 cards. My first action, I'm going to draw a card. Oh, blue. Okay. Discard that one. Second action, I'm going to draw another card. Oh, green. Well, I literally need to just search the deck now for yellows and blues. I wonder how many there is left in there. I will discard. Play it. 2 actions, 3 actions. I'm going to. What am I going to do? I need to find these cards. Is it worth just top decking the deck until I get one? Okay, let's go for one more for 3. Yellow is what I wanted. Let's get rid of a green. So I can put out, can I put out one of these Pioneer materials? Oh, I think I've already got e-waste recycling, but Pioneer materials could be good. Pioneer materials, sustainable practice, discard both of them, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. As my final action, I do 3 cards, and the 3rd card I did that, yep, so that's my final turn. Okay, it's getting close. Got one person I need to get out. I need to get one more practice in here, and then we're good. And also remove that strain. Okay, so meeple strain is 0. No strain on any of these, but there is 1 strain added on here. Activist turn is going to draw 2, so let's get rid of that one first. Activist turn is going to draw 2 cards. I think the first thing she's going to do is shuffle this deck because there's only 4 cards left in there. So I'm going to shuffle this deck and hopefully we will get out some of the cards that we need and not some of the cards that we don't need, and just about manage to get what we want to win the game. But we will see, because what we really need is some blues. So I will give this a shuffle. That's my first action. Well, I'm going to have to go for it. Second action, I'm going to draw a card or blue. Okay, that's second action. Third action, I'm going to draw a card blue. Okay. Second action. First action, shuffle, drawn 2 cards. Third and final action, I'm going to pull out one of these. Social service protections. Yep, that'll do. Public owned utilities, either of them. Let's go for social services protections. Whew, it's getting close. Getting close. So I shuffled, I drew 2, I placed, that's my 4 actions. Okay, so meeple strain is none. No sector strain. This is neutral, so no more added to there. None to there, none to there, none to there, none to there. So we're good. Okay, last and final round. My gosh, this is close. It's Ecologist's turn. He basically has to do it this turn. Oh, we got like 3 blues in a row. That's fantastic. You saw me shuffle them, but I guess we was just lucky. So first action is going to remove strain. Remove 4 strain from there. Second action, you're going to discard this to get out that. And then, if I done it right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have got everybody out of poverty. We literally just did it on the final round. That was very close, very tight. But as you can see, everybody's out of poverty. We've got a lot of sustainable practices out, a few unsustainables, but you know, we are protesting them, we're not happy with them. And given a few more turns, we try and flip them over, but we had to just concentrate on searching through them decks, or searching through that deck to get some of them infrastructure cards out, so we could flip the sector, flip the mana burden, and get people into work that we have done here. So there you have it. That is a full playthrough of Earthrising. Apologies for the technical issues with the camera, and there'll be a bit of a weird transition in there, so apologies for that, but hopefully you got the full playthrough, you see how it works, get a good idea of how it plays. This is coming to Kickstart shortly. I believe it's sometime in August, but obviously these dates may change. and I will have my final thoughts and default dice reviews up on the blog at thefriendlyboardgamer.wordpress.com, so be sure to check them out. But basically, in a nutshell, a very easy game, very easy cooperative game to play, but as you can see, it's got some interesting decisions to make with what actions you do, which cards you draw, which cards you use for which practices, and it's also got them status quo cards in here that are just there to mess you up and make your life that little bit harder. There are 6 of these in the box that I have in the core game, and you want to use 3 per turn, 3 per game. As I said, this is all prototype components. I believe the final board is going to be a circular board, complete circular with the sectors positioned accordingly. But check out the Kickstarter page. I'll put a link in the show notes so you can see that if you're interested, and hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to hit the bell to keep me subscribed, or to keep you subscribed on my content and up to date with all my additional videos. And you can check out all my social media links below for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, my email address. Please do get in contact if you want to have a chat about any of the games that I review or do playthroughs for, or just have a chat about games in general. I'd love to hear from you. And yeah, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and have a good day. Bye for now.